Belgium explained. He got an ad. It's over. He sold out. Why would you sell out? That's embarrassing. Why would you do that?
Everything's shaking. Is that an earthquake? Is Trump skipping rope next to me? No! You just drove into Belgium, my friend.
Mr. Pyro.
Look at the state of the Netherlands border. As soon as you cross it, you're going to be shaking in many different ways. A, from the cold. Belgium's weather is about as appealing as its architecture.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live.
There's no way it looks that bad. There's no way. That makes Birmingham look like Stockholm.
Charleroi.
Yeah, these soggy Belgians somehow get more rain than the UK.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
Like, bro, I didn't even know that was possible. B, your ass.
What?
That's right, it is gonna be shaking. If there's one thing Belgians are good at, it's partying. Their beer is arguably the best in the world.
You know, no fuckers. He did a video recently with Geopold. And it's so genius, man, because Roman is like 7 foot tall or something. It just looks like he's took his his 2 sons out to the pub or something. Look at this.
Yeah. That is cold. I'm your favorite neighborhood Russian, and welcome to a brand new video. I'm here today with special guest.
It's like he's just taken his 2 kids to the pub. Look at that. Look at the size of Roman compared to these 2. Look at that. Wow. I met Geopold in person in Birmingham. He's really nice. I remember I was taller than him, but yeah, Roman is just like actual giant.
Geopold and Gatsu. What do we call this? The Lisbon Conference or
The Lisbon Conference. Why does he talk like that? Why does he talk like that?
I mean, you know a beer's good when posh Europeans and British geezers can both agree on its
Why is there a leather belt there? Why is there a leather belt?
quality. Yes. Also, not trying to point any fingers, but if you've ever done an illegal drug anywhere in Europe, it probably came through Belgium, specifically the port of Antwerp. The majority of Europe's comes through this one port, and these Belgians are really creative.
I will never get the cocaine problem the UK has, genuinely. Like, you'll get people that go to a pub and it's like, oh, I've had 2 beers, let's get a bag out. Go on. I'm getting tired, I'm getting drowsy. It's like, you've just taken a depressant, you idiot. Like, yeah, of course you're gonna get tired.
Nah, not like that. I'm talking about their smuggling methods. I just learned the other day that these motherfuckers will scuba dive into the ocean and seal parcels of stuff to cargo ships, then retrieve them in Belgium the same way. I mean, it's obviously a risky business, but I can see why it's a tempting
30
career
mil.
See, obviously the potholes, I don't know, man, dodgy roads, beer, and
I mean, come on, like, UK potholes are like probably just as bad. Let's be real.
rain. I'm really seeing some similarities to my homeland right now. D, your boots. No, not them silly wooden clogs they apparently wear out here. You're gonna be shaking in your damn boots when you see the goddamn prices in this country. Yeah, despite looking like this,
7,200 euros.
somehow Belgium is one of the most expensive countries in all of Europe. No idea how they got away with that one, bro. E, you're gonna be shaking your head in disappointment when you see the state of some of these damn Belgian cities, bro. I've already mentioned the horrors of
Charleroi.
the horrors of
Dude, that's like when we were getting bombed in World War II. Like the Blitz. Look at that.
Charleroi. But it's not just their fault. Even the capital city, Brussels, is meant to like really suck. There's literally a term in architecture and urban planning called Brusselization, which refers to the, I quote, indiscriminate
I feel depressed now. Like, I was actually having a good day. I looked at that image, I just feel depressed.
and careless introduction of modern high-rise buildings into gentrified neighborhoods, and Brusselization has become a byword for haphazard urban development and redevelopment. This style of urban planning is is what makes Brussels feel so sickly, fake, weird, spaced out, and boring. It's like an American city that should only exist for high-level bureaucratic corporate bullshit, and maybe 1 or 2 millennial burger restaurants, which I mean, it's a pretty good description of the place. Another really weird thing about Belgium is the borders. Nah, not like that. Like this.
You could make like a 1 out of 10 joke that's just barely even gets like a nose exhale. You show the IShowSpeed GIF to me, it'll just be a 9 out of 10 immediately.
Much like Belgium itself, these weird exclave towns exist because land ownership in this area during the Middle Ages was very fragmented and locally controlled. And when everyone started forming the big
My mom is kind of homeless.
gas European countries we know today in the 80s.
It looks like City 17. No, I genuinely think I would have a more fun time in City 17 than in that place.
1800s, the UK and many other countries were a bit worried about France's tendency to expand. So, when this little region of the Netherlands revolted, partly due to most of them being Catholics and the Netherlands kinda being Protestant, the UK was like, yo, hear me out, yeah? Let's make this shit a country. I'm talking neutral buffer zone. France can't get their dirty baguette fingers anywhere near my beautiful stroopwafels, and the power balance of Europe will not be swayed in favor of the smelly French. Everyone was like, yeah, cool, apart from the Netherlands. Them Dutchies were understandably a bit pissed. They felt like Europe's major powers, especially the UK, had just phantom taxed a large slice of the Netherlands pie.
They phantom taxed. He tried to hide it through the audio editing, but I heard that clear as day.
And they didn't even eat it, bro. They just used it to invent the world's dumbest country for the sole purpose of the UK's trade dominance. But what makes this little country so dumb, as I said? Well, take a look at this linguistic map of Belgium. At first glance, you'd think it's just a few slices of the neighboring countries, the Netherlands, France, and a tiny bit of Germany, and you would be correct. Basically, it would have made way more sense for each half of Belgium to just be given to either, the Netherlands or France, maybe with a level of religious or political autonomy, or just made Belgium 2 small countries. However, both these options would have meant either increasing France's size or giving France a new ally, and the British couldn't even fathom supporting such a horrendous act, and therefore, Belgium, the most divided country in Europe, which it says a lot. Okay, there is literally a line going down the middle of this country. Cross it and the culture completely changes.
Both have cigarettes, by the way. Notice that.
You want to know the best thing about this? Both sides
Is that meant to be a cocaine packet? That's just a white square.
fucking hate each other. The French think they're better than the Dutch think they're way better than the French. Oh, and by the way, they refuse to call themselves Dutch or French. Instead, they use the terms Flanders for the Dutch side and Wallonia for the French side.
I actually thought he was going to say Belgianese. Unironically.
They have their own flags as well. In my opinion, the Flemish flag goes so hard, and the Wallonia flag is it's okay. This is a
It just looks like a really posh, like, KFC logo.
general theme for Belgium, by the way. I don't know, man. Different flags, different languages, 2 different clear political splits, 2 nationalities. It's almost like it's, 2 countries. Crazy. Flanders is absolutely beautiful. No one can deny that. Not even French.
Isn't this the same as Germany, though? Like the east and the west side? And the west side is, like, really nice. And the east side is just kind of midi.
People. Bruges, Ghent, Antwerp. Literally some of Europe's most stunning.
Bruges. It's actually Bruges. It's Bruges. Have you not seen the film In Bruges with Colin Farrell? Oh my god, come on.
Cities, and the nature here too is actually fabulous. It's exquisite. It's where everyone visits when they go to Belgium, And then Wallonia is, it's French. Look, I know I shit on France a lot, but, much like every other Brit, I do actually have a soft spot for French.
Just pissing.
The French culture. I mean Wallonian.
It's like the second video where I'm hearing death grips.
My bad. For example, right? Yes, the French side may be known for being way less pretty, having way less people, being more rural, having ugly-ass industrial cities, being way less advanced.
I'm like, what is it for me for?
All that. However, I guarantee they're more normal over here, especially their language, okay?
Dude.
their language, okay?
I am so sorry. I thought the guy on the right was James Marriott for like a quarter of a second. My heart stopped. And the guy on the left looks like Joey. I've never had the McRib, but it looks like slop.
You are literally...
I'm gonna put captions on. Nothing appears.
You are literally...
Yeah, like even the CC was like, I got no idea, sorry.
Dutch. Originally, yes. That matters how? A ridiculous fake language and culture. Send me your cranial measurements, you old Jacobian ape. I must study you for science. Yeah, Dutch, or Flemish, I mean, is less of a language and more of a lifelong tongue twister. And if you're as captivated by this as I am, why not try getting a few words down? Like, for example, meervoudige persoon lich heiden sustor niche, which translates to multiple personality disorders. Which is what the country of Belgium has. And if you wanna visit this whimsical bike riding, flower growing, clog wearing region of Europe, let me tell you one thing, right?
Wow,
Having
I
your
love
basic
this.
language skills
Reacting
down could
to
be the
my
difference
favorite.
between you being treated like this.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy from earlier.
And being treated like this. And that, my friend, is where italki comes in. Using this online language learning platform, you can...
No, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, mate. You make very good videos. You make very good videos, but no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we were talking about how Belgium was essentially invented by Britain as a fictional state with one
He set me up for the ad read bit, man.
singular purpose, weakening France's trade. Look, I don't want to sound dodgy in any way, but hey, maybe me and this man can finally share a singular political belief for once.
Belgium is not a nation. It's an artificial creation. I know the Brits did it. Maybe once again we can be blamed. But the truth is there are two parts of Belgium.
The guy that helped make Brexit happen, by the way.
They speak different languages. They dislike each other intensely. There's no national TV station. There's no national newspaper. Belgium is not a nation.
And yeah, I guess this explains Belgium's colonial horrors they committed in Africa. It must have all just been them projecting, because deep down they knew they're nothing more than another badly drawn up British
Europeans
diplomatic...
just be making up long-ass words for simple shit. Like apple pie would be a plant de paper de bacon treaton.
Thank you, America #1, for the $10. I appreciate it. How do I get back at him? He's American. Can't do fat. Can't do gun. Can't do school shooting. Chat. Help me roast the American, please. No, not McDonald's. No, we need something here. We need something. Chat, help me roast the American. Not oil. Ah, tariff. So true. So true. How are those tariffs doing, by the way? How are those tariffs doing? The seed oil tariffs. How are they doing for you at the minute? No, that won't work. Even they're making jokes about it right now.
mass that doesn't suit ethnic or geographic boundaries at all. To be fair though, it would be very hard to draw up a country in this region of Europe.
Ozempic? It's literally everyone in the world is taking Ozempic right now.
That fits either of those two criteria. It's such a boiling pot of cultures. And also there is...
Like you picked the 12. I'm from Cornwall in the UK. But I live in the Netherlands. Truly baffling nation. Dutch language is literally German merged with English. I swear, even if you can understand Dutch, if you speak slowly
America
enough...
be like, fat lol.
Okay, true. Yeah, you got him there. Thank you, Scotland, for the... No, not Scotland. Scotland is basically America #2. No. Can someone from, like, someone from England or Wales make the dono instead, please?
No decent geographical boundaries. There is not a single hill in Belgium. Much like the Netherlands, most of Belgium is flat as a pancake, or should I say Belgian waffle. Just look at the highest point in Belgium, bro. Look at the highest...
They literally just built some escalators for a mall and then gave up.
point in Belgium, too. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Anyway, you know what else is gonna have you shaking in this country? Yeah, I'm still doing this, by the way. F, you're gonna be shaking in rage from how delayed your train is. Belgium has the second least reliable trains in all of Europe. More than 50% of trains are delayed in this country by 2 minutes or more. And also, these train operators
There cannot be a worse train system in Europe than the UK. There just cannot be.
are a bit like BuzzFeed in 2016 or Vice
Oh my god, I remember that man-spreading video.
in 2025, because there's a 1 in 17 chance you're
It's more like that wasn't man-spreading. You're man-spreading and then you're like looking around to get a reaction.
gonna get cancelled. But why are the trains so shit? Well, rain, ice, strikes, crumbling infrastructure, lack of money to invest in public stuff like trains. But why, I hear you say? Well, despite the average Belgian citizen paying a ghastly 43% tax,
I never knew me coming
Belgian.
would come with all this.
all the gazillionaires in this country evade tax completely by moving their bank accounts or citizenship or selling their businesses to multinational companies based
How do I do that? That sounds very smart. I want to do that.
in Luxembourg, the fictional country which exists for the sole purpose of doing Belgium's dirty work. Luxembourg will always be ready to hurriedly drop to their knees and meat ride Belgium to every depraved, disgusting, evil corner of humanity.
Oh, thank you, Marius, for the 20 gifted this time. Damn, appreciate that, man. Oh, for the voice break. Anyways, W's in chat for Marius. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Humanity, whether they're doing this by laundering rich Belgian tax evaders' money through their endless bank accounts, which they have more of than citizens, by the way.
12-year-old voice. Shut up.
Whether it's doing
Voice breaking is normal. It's normal.
this by helping out in one of history's most evil genocides in the Congo, which Luxembourg still perpetuates today by, for example, a couple months ago, playing a key role in delaying the EU's sanctions against Rwanda, who are clearly, openly funding, controlling, and actively to this day launching terrorist armies, aka M23, into the South Kivu region of the DRC. If you don't know,
Warning, you're probably going to have to start pausing if you want to read any of these screens. Also, warning for the next bit, it's not very nice.
Rwanda uses the UK and EU's money to fund the paramilitary group M23. They commit these mass acts of terror in retaliation for the genocide which happened
He really could have used any other sound effect to censor stuff out.
to their ethnic group in the 90s, which only happened because Belgium, hundreds of years prior, created a caste system where Tutsis owned the land and Hutus were the workers. When Belgium left Rwanda, the Hutus revolted, took control of the country. They started implementing increasingly harsher, more nationalistic policies against the Tutsis because they felt the dead suffered under the Tutsi rule for so many years. Really, it was just Belgium's manufactured caste system. Obviously, it just worked out for Belgium to put the Tutsis in control because in Rwanda, the Tutsis are the minority. And it's impossible to enforce a colonial capitalist system without manufacturing or providing your own elite ruling minority. Anyway, leading up to the 90s, the now Hutu-controlled country Rwanda got so insanely nationalistic that they ended up genociding the Tutsis, which is the Rwandan genocide. Over 1 million people were massacred. I don't really have words for how bad it was. You know, you kind of have to like research it yourself.
That's actually really interesting that he's giving like a lesson on history here as well. And then he's using Comic Sans to portray it.
honestly. But obviously, this led to a lot of Tutsis to this day being absolutely like devastated and extremely angry, especially because the trials for those who committed the Rwandan genocide were so impossible to do and probably completely ineffective. It means a lot of Tutsis want revenge still, and some of these people fight in M23. What they do is they go over the border into the ethnically Hutu
Colonialism is bad. Very brave comment from the single guy watching on Twitch there.
civilian region of the Congo and commit some of the most disgusting things I've ever even come across in my life. Right, that whole history run through was very, very, very oversimplified, but all you really need to know for my point in this video is that Luxembourg are the ones who vetoed the EU's sanctions against Rwanda, even though Rwanda are openly funding M23. And what do they spend the money on? Think of the worst nightmare you've ever had times 7 million. Congolese
the video, he's had to censor so much stuff out. It's just like the video is unloading itself on the YouTube player.
A speciality seems to be the at gunpoint of Congolese
How
women.
much did you have to edit out?
One by one in order to ethnicity. And as you can imagine, the Congolese people in this region really don't want to be subjected to what the Rwandan army posing as M23 does, as I just highlighted. And despite these attacks only starting a few months ago, M23 have already displaced 1.1 million Congolese women and children, who now join the 6.7 existing Eastern Congolese citizens that have to flee their homes to escape stuff like this. Oh, and any stupid fucking Belgian Neanderthals will have the nerve to say some shit like, oh, but the African immigrants are ruining our amazing culture invented by the British people in 1830. Oh no, our amazing potatoes and inbreeding. We cannot let these violent people roam our streets. No, 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 no.
Your country's cooked if it just says polite on the back of your police coat.
Violent? You want to talk about violence? How about you have a look through some of these first-hand accounts of what M23 are doing? Just have a pause and read if you disagree with me here. And then tell me with your whole heart that you would not want to emigrate yourself and your family from that area if you were faced with such horrors, you know? How would you not become an immigrant in this situation? Please name me one person who would not become an immigrant if they were faced with this kind of brutality. Also, I don't know, killing 16 million people isn't exactly civilized Western behavior, is it? Even if it had been happening for centuries before he showed up, probably should maybe apologize for letting that one slide. I can't lie. Look, all I'm saying, Belgians, maybe the best way to not have an immigrant problem is to not create an immigrant in the first place. Maybe if you don't forcibly steal a man's land, resources, family, hands, entire limbs, he could make do perfectly fine for himself in the Congo. Ah, but you should hear how quiet this electronic car is, yeah? When I drive it, yeah. It goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds faster than all other cars, bro. It's crazy. I'm so happy I can do this good deed for the world. I'm so happy I can fix the planet. That's right, I'm eco-friendly, man. I'm eco-friendly, you know. I have a very good carbon.
I do wonder if the Nostalgia Critic knows how much Geopol uses him. I swear there's one Nostalgia Critic clip every single video.
Footprint. That term definitely wasn't invented by BP. And yes, the Congolese children, they may have had to crawl around in a mud pit, grappling for a scrap of cobalt in order to earn a single pinch of fufu so I can have this crazy high-tech battery system in my car. But bro, I promise this is worth it. My Tesla is so much better than your average petrol car because, oh boy, just wait till you hear. This is gonna blow your mind. This is how I'm changing the planet for better, man. Just listen. Instead of burning the fossil fuels in the engine of my car, I instead get the fossil fuels burnt in the power plant, then transmitted as electricity into my car instead. It's so great, man. I cannot see the
I just like the big tick flashing on the screen. There's just something so funny about that.
consequences of my actions at all. It's great. I can't see the consequence of my actions at all. Right, and as a final note on this video, I want to address my name. Finally, it has absolutely nothing to do with Belgians, Belgium, and especially not their kings. I have no relation whatsoever to Belgium. It's just a random country to me. I'm Swedish. It's a completely different root of the name Leopold, and
yeah, he is Swedish, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Why couldn't I have been Swedish, man? Why did he have to be Swedish?
yeah, it's my name, but it's also what a bunch of men in my Swedish family are called, and that is the reason I have this name. So yeah.
That was a good video. That got really heavy towards the end, though. That got really heavy.